Will this here change the small SUV segment? Will this one here change the small electric segment? Presentation here and reveal of the Skoda Epiq, the final production version, brother to the ID Cross from VW, which will also have soon the reveal. And here we can see in the striking red color with the daytime running light, already the selection trim on the outside, off-road look in the lower part, and also in this tour, of course, an extended interior part and all the technological specs and data you need to know with Thomas Nagelgefühl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go. And here the tech deck, the illumination here in the front, not here yet. Supposed to come later then with a Sportline edition of the Epiq. So that one is already announced, but not here yet. However, you can already pick 19-inch wheels here for this version. Biggest ones for this version, 17-inch it starts, 18 or then 19-inch for the Sportline, or also for the so-called first edition. We have it here now in this white scheme with red contrast. There you can also get 20-inch wheels exclusively. The length here is 4 meters and 17 or 164 inches, so very small, very compact. Very prominent C-pillar with the big Skoda lettering. In the lower part, these aerodynamic elements on the one hand, but also they protect against flying stones to the paint, they say. Then modern tail lamp signature and more rugged off-road look. This one here is not rear-wheel drive, so their so far platforms were this new front-wheel based architecture where the Skoda Epiq is on, the ID Cross, these two brothers. Built in northern Spain, and in southern Spain then the Cupra Raval and the ID Polo, the normal hatch non-SUV versions. They are all four on the same platform. That is front-wheel drive, but this also allows a big cutout in the rear for the trunk area. Soon going to show that one to you. 55, this one in here is the strongest version, and we have the charging flap on the passenger side in the front because two batteries, either 37 kilowatt hours LFP, or this one here is the 52 kilowatt hour NMC battery, the bigger one, 11 kilowatt AC and 105 kilowatt DC charging. And this one here charges in 24 minutes, 10 to 80% state of charge. You can also check out all the data and spec and so on in our separate data comment and also in the video description. An acceleration figure here for the strongest model, I said all front drive, 7.4 seconds. And have they managed to put a frunk in this one? Let's check it out. First of all, oh, we have gas struts. Look at that, that's nice. And then this is not the final material on the frunk interior, but this is like the prototype frunk. And there will be a frunk, yes, of course for a charging cable, but you can also use here this snow brush, of course, or when you want to like trim your hair. Meanwhile, and if you put the charging cable in front, they also have, for example, here these cable cleaners. So you put the cable in between here, fix this like this, and then you can like wipe the cable with that. Very interesting. And here it's like, oh, okay. And then here, there we go. Maybe it's faster with a small towel. Yeah, let's see about that. But it's cool that they actually thought about a frunk. It's actually an option, so you have to go for that one intentionally. Now we can check out the interior. First of all, these are the classic door handles. So I like that they went for the decision here just for the classic door handles. Oh, look at that. There's a cat in this digital background there. Good door closing sound. Also for the rear, and then here inside of the doors, soft touch, structured. Then here this like neoprene-like material. It feels really slick and very nice. It's actually pretty cool. Also good structure here, big door handle from the inside. Classic controls here for the side mirror, also for the windows. No fabric covering at the inside of the doors though. Then this spoke-less steering wheel. This will be different in the later Sportline, for example, to come. Real buttons at the steering wheel, heated steering wheel also available. The digital instruments are here, relatively small. Soft touch on the dashboard. So this is something special because the brothers, like the ID Cross, the ID Polo and also the Cupra Raval, they will receive larger digital instruments. Not sure why they went for this decision in here. This is a selection trim level with the loft interior. So here we have gray fabric seats, right there, also there, and there are different materials available. There will also be a microfiber seat available in like with a blue brownish mix, and also microfiber in the sport line in black then later on. And the interesting thing is here you sit one centimeter like from the back part, like the pelvis is like a little bit higher like this, you know, so in comparison to the Cupra Raval in the ID Polo. So this SUV platform here, you sit a little bit more upright, and this might be just something, but it is indeed a difference that is notable. Headroom 189, 6'2", enough headroom left, no problem, and steering wheel goes up and down, in and out. It's also an animal-free material, so this car will always be without animal materials, and this is a very good material as for the touch and feel. And then the cockpit with a 13-inch infotainment system here, horizontal design. You still have a... Whoa, that was Czech radio, I think. Sorry about that. This is a volume slider here. So they still kept these sliders, wonder about that. And also, once again, the difference to like internal competitors is that here they kept the climate unit in the screen, so they don't have the physical dials. You do have some physical hotkeys here in the lower part that you can go to the climate menu, for example, or to the driving modes. This one, by the way, will not receive a DCC. So yeah, I thought that might be an option also on, but this will probably not be available. Here again, you have this nice neoprene-like surface. This it feels really, yeah, you gotta try that, I think, at some point. Oh, she has one hand with the light, one with the camera. Yeah, Leah will try that later on, I promise. Then here's soft touch dashboard, Canton sound system. Then in the top part here, inductive charging pad, also ventilate. And then there's like a hole here, because you can put your smartphone upright here, or just put it here or like this. And then you can use this USB-C charging in the lower part and put a cable through this small hole and put it up from the top side. Why not? Cup holders are not adaptive though. Then this one again with the same like slick material. This is actually very interesting, and a lot more space underneath. More or less, there's still like some foil in the vehicle here. So for maybe it was a cover for the screen or something like that. Shouldn't fly around here, right? So yeah, there's a lot of space here underneath. And the good thing is here, you really have a good position even if you're a tall driver. And even if you compare the like the older platform with rear-wheel drive, I prefer rear-wheel drive in the platform, yes. But for example, if you compare like an ID.3 or Cupra Born, even here you sit better as for the ergonomics in the vehicle as a tall person. By the way, here on the passenger seat, already ISOFIX. This is also then of course good for child seats. Fixed roof is standard. This is the optional glass roof, and this glass roof then is equipped with a shade if it's getting yeah, surprisingly hot, for example. And the steering wheel here, once again with real scrollers and real buttons and so on. Instruments, yeah, these are the small instruments. You can't do much with them. That's it. Also no head-up display and so on. And this infotainment system. Yeah, you have this menu where you can change the response, driving response. Then here was the climate unit. These are the car settings, exterior, interior, but this looks actually quite quick. From top down, then you can easily deactivate speed warning and so on. And yeah, there's also Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, of course, available as you're used to. And seat heating is here in the lower left part. Then rear seats here, this is hardback then, but the soft material at least then here at the inside of the doors. Then ISOFIX outside each, and the gray fabric from the seating. This one you can pull down for cup holders. They're not adaptive though. And well, the space you have here for your knees, I mean, it would directly fit for 4 tall adults, but not more, you know, like close, but works. And also the same goes for the headroom right here. You have 2 USB-C chargers here. Some space here, not sure what that is for, maybe smartphone, I'm not sure about that. So yeah, you see that it still works. That's it, but it's also not a long car, you know, and it's actually not too uncomfortable here. By the way, what kind of range can we expect from the big battery? We did some tests, you know, with a pre-production vehicle, and at some motorway speeds like 110 kilometers an hour, 60, 70 miles an hour, you can expect driving with a big battery some 300 kilometers, 190 miles in a realistic value. And of course, more thorough tests as for that will come at a later stage. Then here, the trunk or boot, maximum volume at 475 liters, a little bit less with the subwoofer. Soon going to show you. This one also fits in here vertically. Then we have 1 meter or 40 inches in width. Normal length is about 72 centimeters or 28 inches. Total length here is 1 meters 40, 56 inches. And then this is here a bag for the charging cable, but you can also have the charging cable in the frunk. So this is not really needed, but you can. And then when we fold down this, you can see the full scale. And this is the most interesting part here, because you can move this one here in a lower position. This is possible. And you can also fold this one like this and then fold it up here, and then you have all the access to the lower area, and this is the subwoofer. So this one steals a little bit of the leader figure. This piece here, by the way, I told like VW, Skoda and Cupra just leave this out. So they obviously already left it out, because this is actually a cover for this piece. But it doesn't really work that well, because it folds off when you fold this up and down at this time. So at all 4 different models, I told them better leave it out or find a better solution for that. And here obviously they also realized that already. Now deinstalled this cover. So when I put it to the lower position, then you have a total height of 33 inches, 85 centimeters. That's amazing. Or when you put it up like this, then you can also possibly have a plant transport. This is of course cool. And then here you are in the height at 44 inches or 1 meters and 12. I really like that you have a lot of space here in the Skoda Epiq. Starts at about 26,000 euros with the LFP battery. Then later on, of course, bigger battery, higher prices. And if you go big battery, full spec, you can probably go like 30,000 something, 38 or something, moving towards this direction, then full spec and also with the big battery. So the huge of space is good. You sit upright and nice as a tall person. Trunk space, a lot of space there. However, in comparison to the brothers from VW and Cupra, I feel that lacking physical dials at the infotainment system, the small instruments, for example, this is something where the brothers are indeed a little bit better than the Skoda Epiq. Nevertheless, I think it will sell well because of the overall package and the price performance, and that you can use this really like as an overall vehicle. So, oh, I think Leah saw the cat there in this moving background once again, right? Yeah, that's why she signaled me. Tell me what you think about the Skoda Epiq, and now tune into the brothers.